Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to More Reactions YouTube channel. Right now we're going to be looking at, let's see, this is going to be Skip and Shannon reacting to Dak Prescott is declaring war on the Cowboys. This must be contract talk. It's that time of year. Sounds like the Cowboys might be trying to franchise tag Dak Prescott, and the franchise tag is almost like I guess it's considered like a slap in the face to players these days. So let's see what they got to say about this.
Despite the Cowboys publicly saying they want to sign Dak Prescott to a long-term contract extension, reports say that both sides are at an impasse, and the franchise tag looks, quote, inevitable. We have a new twist, though. When asked about it last week, Dak said he likely won't show up this offseason without a deal, saying, quote, be sure to report that. So, Shannon, what does this tell you?
Tell me what I've been telling Skip Bayless all along. I've been trying to tell you this, Skip. I told you this day was coming. I foretold of this story. Skip, you know this, Skip. I don't care how nice a person is, every man has a breaking point. Now, you keep that, and Dak's like, whoa, what's the holdup? You had last offseason, you had during the season, and we still don't have a deal done. Now, you keep telling me, I'm your guy. What's going on? I don't see nothing. I see better than I hear. You telling me I'm your guy, but I don't see no contract. You started this, Skip, and I told you they started sowing poison seeds at the combine. Skip, if I got a house for sale, I list the house for $10 million. People come in and see it. Now, if I want to cut them a deal and say, okay, you know what? You the first one to show up, I sell it for $9. That's my choice. But don't you come in asking for no discount off the top. It's mine. They come in off the top before we even negotiated, Jenny.
Yeah.
You asking for a discount. There's a reason. Skip, when last time you saw a Four Seasons or a Ritz-Carlton hotel room on discount? Because this is what we know about discounts. If you start giving people discounts, they'll expect discounts forever.
Yep.
So they say, no, we're not going to start that. We're not going to start that bad precedent. You want discount, go to Dollar Tree. You go to Dollar General. They give you discounts. But at here, we high end, bro. Pay retail. Skip Bayless, I told you this was coming. Y'all keep your ticking Dak off. And ain't nothing like old man Dak. Old Mississippi, or even Louisiana. But he spent a lot of time in Mississippi. Dak getting upset with you guys.
Yep.
Because y'all keep
By the way,
around, Skip. Because y'all keep saying he's your guy.
Online store, apparel store, 40% off right now. Y'all better jump on that before I decide to go high end.
Print that.
Retail.
Okay, it is my turn.
Yes.
By the way, before I launch on this, the last time you foretold of something, Jimmy G was going to be the MVP of the Super Bowl. That's the last foretelling
that was
of
a
yours.
couple days ago.
Just for
You're
the
right.
record.
I mean, Skip,
Foretold.
let me ask you a
You're a
question.
seer.
How many weathermen lose their jobs? They wrong all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
I was wrong once.
Oh, one time.
One time this
well,
year.
you're not going to forget it, so.
It might have been a big time, but it was just once.
So you're in all your glory because the guy you picked against in the Super Bowl is now on top. So you're back driving my homeboy's bandwagon, and you're going to drive that bandwagon right through the locker room wall of my Dallas Cowboys because dissension is mounting. We've got issues in our locker room.
Oh, you finally see it now.
Finally, our quarterback basically just declared war on my owner. That's what he did. It was a declaration of war. Print that.
He said,
I
print
won't
that.
be
He
around.
said, put that on wax.
Well, that's way out of character for this young man, who I've told you is becoming one of the great leaders in sports. And I don't love it. And I
course you
don't
don't.
love the predicament and situation that Dak Prescott and his agent are finding themselves in. So yesterday was the first day after Super Bowl week. I had some time to make some calls about this because we were just covered up in Super Bowl and then the Kobe tragedy, and it was a long, hard week in Miami. It was a great week, but I just didn't have time to make these calls. So I went to all my sources in and around this situation, and this is what I was told. You have your sources, now I have a few of my own. Most people on the perimeter of this story believe that Todd France, the agent, is overplaying his hand. But they have some sympathy for him because right now we're not sure where the salary cap is heading.
Right.
There are projections that the cap that was 188 this year is going to go a little north of 200 million
Yes.
for next year,
Right.
201,
Yep.
according to several reports. Well, that's a pretty big leap
Yes.
for a team. And remember, the CBA, collective bargaining agreement, is up after next season.
Correct.
So again, they
More
can
money.
lock heads, lock horns. And I don't know what's going to come out of that.
Right.
Could the cap go up
It
significantly
will go
again?
up.
It could.
Yes.
Could the rules kind of change?
Especially if they add that 17th game.
If they add the 17th game, it could go significantly up. So
Which is
I
what the
believe,
league
from
wants,
everything I've been
for some
told,
reason.
that Todd France believes he's stuck right now because the last thing he wants, he's a very good agent. He's got Aaron Donald, DeAndre Hopkins, other stars. You don't want to take a deal now that seems really good until you project it into the next 2 years of future, and it suddenly gets rendered obsolete by what's about to happen.
Because they're projecting the league's revenue, Skip, to be upwards of $25 billion by 2027.
Okay? So if you're negotiating by now standards, they're asking for absurd dollars that even you, if you had the offer in front of you, you'd say, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Really? Seriously? And right now, Jerry and Steven are saying, seriously? But if you look into the future, not knowing what the future is going to bring, and if you look at what Mahomes is going to get, and I assume it's going to happen this offseason.
Probably going to be next.
What Nipsey say?
Well, I would think they would try to
Pay me
I just don't
now,
know if you take, they're
or
going
pay
to
me
offer,
double?
I would guess, something that would be
Better just pay him
You got
now.
200 million with 40 million average.
All right, will they
You
do
got that
that?
laying around?
Okay, well, so that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And do I think Dak is Mahomes in value? I do not. I do not.
Deshaun?
Okay, all of okay. So all of a sudden it's going to
Three
go
dominoes.
up, way up,
Correct.
and the agent in particular does not want to get stuck sort of holding a bad bag, right?
Because guess what happens, Skip? Other agents will use that against him because there are more college players coming out, and they go, he signed a bad deal for that. Everybody knows that the cap is going up. It's been going up on the average of, what, 10%, 15% a year, and he took a deal as if the cap wasn't going to go up, so they'll use that against him.
Yep.
So he knows what he's up against. Not only is he up against Jerry Jones,
He's up
but
against
he's up against other agents
Yep.
bad-mouthing him
Yep.
about the contract he gets Dak.
Yeah. So I've said this many times about Jerry Jones, around whom I've spent thousands of hours, at least hundreds of hours. He can be dumb. He can say dumb things, but he ain't stupid.
Right.
And when it comes to matters of money, he really ain't stupid because he's really smart.
Yeah.
And he knows how to manipulate the cap, and he knows what works. And he's had a long history of overpaying players he loves, and I believe he loves Dak Prescott. I believe he does not love that quote from Dak from yesterday.
Yeah.
But remember, in the end, he and Zeke started to go at it before he gave Zeke the biggest deal any running back's ever gotten.
Yep.
So it is part of the process.
Dak's playing
I
the
just
play-
didn't
same-
hear that
he's playing
from
the same
leader of
card.
my team because I do not consider Ezekiel Elliott the leader of my football team. So Zeke's had off-field incidents. We know
You
that.
gotta
So-
pay
so
Dak.
in his context, if he wants to take
You
shots
have
at
to pay him.
Jerry or vice versa, I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with this because it's beneath the dignity of my quarterback.
Because here's the thing, though, Skip. Having talked to Dak a little bit, this is so far, he is so mild-mannered. He is so, I'm going to say everything that's right because I understand how to play this game as a quarterback. So it tells you that he's really frustrated because you keep saying we're going to get a deal done. He's like, you had all out last offseason.
We never hear
You
him
had the
like
entire season to get this deal done. And plus another guy that's going to be coming up down the pipeline, Skip, Lamar Jackson. He's going to be coming down the pipeline to get a boatload of money.
All right.
So, and plus, Skip, you don't want to be, okay, let's just say for the sake of argument, Dak takes $33 million a year with $100 million. Okay, and here comes Deshaun. Deshaun gets 37 with 120. Wow, wait a minute. Agent's going to point at that. That's a bad deal. He's going to lose clients because of that, Skip.
Wow.
The reason why you get clients is Drew Rosenhaus. You can say whatever you want to say. But guys are still going to Drew because he gets big dollars.
He gets the money.
You might not like how he goes about it and he takes some of the bad apples, but he gets them paid. So he understands what he's up against. The cap's going to go up. He's like, even if it doesn't go up this year, Guess what's going to happen with that new CBA? And there's streaming services, Apple, Amazon, talking about they made $15 billion on YouTube ads alone. You know that you don't think the NFL will put games on Amazon or Apple? You're fooling yourself.
Right.
They'll put it on your TV. Let you pay. Skip Bayless, you got $8 billion over there? Because you know how the NFL works, Skip Bayless. They're about dollars.
Found a way.
And I'm with you in principle on this because in spirit, I want them all to get way more than they get. But there is a cap unless they can fight successfully in the next CBA to eliminate the cap. If you can get that done,
that's not going to happen.
okay. Well,
A few owners will. Jerry's like, okay,
That'll
do
never
away with
happen.
it.
yeah,
Sure.
he would because he's got Steinbrenner in him, and he just say, "Well, I'll just outbid all of them."
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Unlimited funds.
Like he always says, you wouldn't believe the check I would write to win another Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Well, then if you take the cap off, literally.
But Skip, hold on. You say you're a businessman, and you say they always find a way to manipulate the cap. Would Dak say manipulate the cap in my favor? So you manipulate it in your favor, not manipulate it in my favor.
So what do I know about Dak Prescott? He's a tough young man.
He's getting
He's got a
paid.
strong backbone, and it's why I love him as a
Jerry's
quarterback.
okay.
He's a
He
play
loves him.
maker.
He loves Dak
Didn't make
Prescott.
enough plays this past year, but he put up big numbers. And he's been pushed into a corner, and I'm sure he's got an agent in his ear who he believes in,
Of course.
trusts.
Yes.
And the agent is saying, no, we've got to fight. We got to dig in and fight.
Right.
And now I've got the quarterback of my team threatening to miss an off-season program featuring a brand new head coach.
How many teams make the Super Bowl, Skip, when the quarterback holds out? And I told you, I said, now, if the quarterback, Kellen Moore, if he's calling plays, because if you go back and look at all the West Coast coaches that's gotten head coaching jobs, from Mike Shanahan to John Gruden, yada, 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 how many of them Skip, go to a new team and leave said offense in place? They might leave said defense in place, especially if they got a good DC. But they're not leaving that offense.
Nope.
And it tells me
You cannot
that they're
miss that
anticipating
workout.
Dak holding out because they're going to
It's
franchise him
big.
because this thing's not getting done. But then it's going to get really contentious because if it's not a long-term deal, it's not agreed to by July 15th, guess what? There's no choice but to play up under that tag.
They are going to try to keep the terminology the same, but the more I read, the more I hear, Mike McCarthy is going to assert himself here. He's going to impose some of his new will on this offense, so it will change in fairly significant ways, except for terminology.
Right.
Just in case the quarterback isn't there, so that he can slide back in when they get the deal, or either get it done or tag him.
Yeah.
Okay, so my prediction is, just my gut feeling after talking to people is, they're going to battle this down to the deadline, and the deadline is going to be the end of that period through which you can franchise tag somebody, exclusive tag somebody, and I think it ends. I said it yesterday, March 10th. I've got to look
I
back up.
believe
Yes.
it.
That's ugly. That's nasty. That's nasty. Because Jerry Jones loves Dak Prescott. Like, he loves him more than I think he loves him more than he loves Zeke, quite frankly. He would choose Dak over Zeke, I think, personally. And for this to come to this, I don't know, man. This is interesting. Like, normally I don't care about Cowboy talk. They talk Cowboys 365 because Skip Bayless is a diehard and basically a Cowboy surrogate. But this is interesting though, because yeah, everything they're saying is right with the new CBA coming. If my thing is, if they franchise him now and then they try to sign him, it's gonna be way more than what they could just sign him for now, probably based on what they're asking. So, very, very interesting. Tell me what you guys think, though. A, do you think Dak is worth the money? I mean, I guess it starts with that. Like, yeah, do you feel like he's even worth the money, or should they franchise him and then draft another quarterback and let Dak play the market? So yeah, leave your comment down below. Appreciate you guys tuning in with me. Make sure you like the video, click the notification bell, subscribe, and share the video. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this channel. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.